Meghan Sussex. When did that happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, said no one ever.
So yeah, guys, let's just start off then. What did you like about the show?
It was pretty to look at.
Yeah,
Like visually,
produced.
it was nice.
Well
The
produced.
set
Innit?
was nice.
Yeah, the set was
The
nice.
fake house, the fake garden, the
Yeah.
fake kitchen was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't fake as in it wasn't real. It was a real house, but it just wasn't hers. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
That was pretty, the kitchen and stuff. And I guess I can say I liked what she wore, even though it's not the most practical, outfits to be cooking in or baking in. But I guess she looked nice.
Okay.
She looked pretty. She looked well. And what else did I like? Not a lot, really, if I'm honest.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. That there's not a lot that I actually liked about it, but if there's something that I have to find,
Yeah, what did you like?
I really like that we learnt her name. I like that. I really like that, in a way, Mindy Kaling got put in her place. I quite enjoyed that. Like, you can tell Mindy Kaling was like, how dare you? This is, in terms of social practice and social behaviour, you are absolutely assassinating me right now. I saw that in that split in her face, in that split second. She was like, so this is why you invited me here. And there's that part where Mindy says, Mindy from, I'm going to say Manhattan, but it wasn't Manhattan, has got mimosas for Meghan. And she was going to say mimosas for Meghan Markle. Basically, it was some sentence that was alliteration on the letter M. But she stopped herself because she realised, wait a minute.
She'd been corrected.
I've been corrected. So I'll stop at Meghan.
Yeah.
I love that that's like still in the show. It's not been cut out.
Because she upset her with the Meghan Markle and she'd learnt Meghan Sussex.
You know it's Meghan Sussex. You keep... How cute. You keep calling me Meghan Markle, but you know I'm Sussex.
I know. That was wild.
You know I'm Sussex, yeah? Listen, camera's off.
The thing is, yeah, do you know what's funny about that? It's funny because she dropped it like with a smile on her face.
But it was an evil smile.
And like it was really innocent.
It was menacing though.
But you know for a fact it was like she'd rehearsed that in her head.
Oh yeah.
Where and how to put it in this shot, in this scene with Mindy.
With Mindy specifically as well.
Yeah.
Like jam number 50.
Yeah. Like this morning in the intro somewhere, I am going to slot that right in to tell the world I am Meghan Sussex.
Yeah.
That was well planned.
And when I do it, pause the entire show for 5 minutes.
Well, how am I going to say it? I'm going to say it with a sweet smile. I'm going to say it really sweetly, really darlingly, really nicely.
And sprinkle some flowers on top.
Yeah.
Sprinkle some flowers after I've said it.
Like, what the hell?
Anyway, so I like that we learnt her name. And do you know what? I'm going to be honest right here, guys. She's got me convinced with the flower arrangements. Like, I think she can actually do it.
Yeah.
She's got me convinced of that. I was like, do you know what? I can see how that flower arrangement is actually decent. And I, for one, I'm not one to analyse or assess flower arrangements. That's not what I do. However, what she had put together, if it was actually done by her, I was like, yeah, all right, you've got that point. You can do that. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, she's got, I'm sure she's got skills somewhere, but cooking is not one for me. I don't think it is cooking. Like, I wouldn't, like, go and find a recipe from Meghan Markle. And I would never watch a cooking show, which is why I don't think this is so much of a cooking show. It's a lifestyle show, isn't it? It's a lifestyle series.
Yeah.
She's trying to get into that space where Gwyneth Paltrow lives in and Kourtney Kardashian lives in. She's no Martha Stewart,
Yeah.
but she can be, you know, the modern day influencer, if you like. She can try and get into that world, that
I think
space.
that she's recognised that there's a gap left behind by Martha Stewart. Like, there is no that person, I don't think, right now. Although, yes, everybody on social media is that person, but there is no, like, upper echelon type person who's, like, you know, setting the example of what a Christmas table looks like, which is what Martha Stewart was doing. So I feel like she's trying to capitalise on that. I'm just going to actually pause for a second and just go into, like, I don't, like, necessarily hate Meghan Markle. This is not, like, what this is about. Like, where I come into this, and I haven't really got a dog in the fight, if you know what I mean. But you guys will have seen the videos where, let's say there's some kind of tennis tournament. I don't know what it was. But somehow she's at the front. And, well, she forces herself to the front and centre.
I think it was a polo tournament.
And then she grabs the trophy.
Yeah.
And the contestants are like, no, hello, this is my moment. Give me the trophy. And she's proper, like, grabbing it and raising it, like, with this maniac smile on her face. And there was more than one moment like that. And I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know this. I didn't know she was, like, spotlight hungry. I didn't know she was, like, very much main character.
Yeah.
I really did not know that until then.
That's why people, it's like these clips, these little videos and things that, you know, that's the reason why people call her a narcissist.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to put out here. It's like, it's not just like issues. It's like there is grounding here. There is, like, background to it. You know what I mean? There is kind of, like, she does
show traits of being one, unfortunately.
I think they're really strong traits. Like,
yeah, and that's, you know, that's why, like, you know, there's a lot of people on the hate train.
Yeah.
But I just, like, I wanted to watch it and I wanted to like it and I wanted it to be something, like, where, you know, it would show, like, you know, a different side to Meghan and we can actually, like, enjoy it and be like, oh, actually, you know what, she's all right.
Yes.
Like, this is her, you know, in her natural environment, and she's doing stuff that she's passionate about, and she is, like, she has got skills, you know, flower arranging, and she's actually quite a good cook, and she's really organised, and she's got loads of friends, and this is what kind of parent she is, she could have showed off, like, quite a lot. And it would have been a bit more interesting, and there'll still be people that would, you know, hate her still, regardless of what she does, you know. But I feel like it was a wasted opportunity.
Massively missed opportunity.
Like, I don't know, she could have done so much more, I feel like, and she wasted it.
It was a great chance. It really was a great chance. And I agree, like, she could have been really relatable, and we could have seen that, do you know what, she's chilled out. We can see the human behind this, you know? And I feel like had that worked out well, that could have fought the case for everything she's been through, or at least claimed that she's been through previously, like, you know, with the royals and stuff. But when there's this opportunity to, like, show yourself as, like, a real normal human being and actually, like, show a good chunk of your life or whatever, and then it's missed, for me it kind of supports the other argument, the arguments that's against her, sadly. But yeah, it really could have gone really well, but it didn't. It would have been nice to have actually seen her friends and how she interacts and how she actually genuinely relaxes.
Like, the people that she had on the show didn't even feel like they were her friends. I think, like, there was the one episode where she had her real friends. So one of them was Abigail Spencer, I believe her name is, and she's an actress, and it was her and another lady. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The episode with the two girls.
It was towards the end of the series.
That was like, so those two were authentic, real friends. But then, like, the other ones were not authentic, real friends.
Yeah.
Or at least they didn't feel like it at all.
Yeah, like, it came across like...
She didn't know him. She hardly knew him.
Everybody was, like, paid. That's how it came across to me. Everyone was paid to be there.
Yeah, I think a lot of viewers agreed that it just lacked depth and authenticity.
Yeah.
Throughout.
Like, I felt really sorry for, like, the hairstylist who was, like, the first guest, I believe.
Yeah.
And he came on... Well, first she was, like, preparing all the stuff for him.
Well, she's known him for a long time, a very long time. He did her hair for her wedding, right? And he probably did her hair before that, a long time before that too. So you can argue that yeah, they're friends, but there's also it's business involved as well.
Yeah, there's like there's boss client relationship there.
Yeah.
Like he can get fired whenever she wants. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So there's like power and control over the relationship, which skews it a little bit.
It does.
To what degree can you really be yourself? And I believe that, there are relationships like that where bosses and friends and the whole thing mixes really well. But I'm sure there's a massive proportion where that's not the case. Anyway, what I was saying was like, I bet you he's woke up really early. He's done her hair for this shoot. And then like, they've done the whole shoot while he's like had to wait somewhere in the house on his phone, just like sitting on the floor because he can't sit on the seats or sit on the bed or anything like that. Not allowed. And then after like hours and hours, he has to walk in like, "Oh, hi, nice to see you. It's been a while." And then they have their thing. Do you know what I really liked about that interaction? Towards the end, when they walk outside and they look at the cliffs or whatever they've got, their mountains, which he did with a few other guests as well. They're all like, say the mountains are amazing. He goes, "Wow, those mountains are amazing." And then she goes, "Yeah, and soon you and me are going to climb them." And his face, he looked terrified. He looked like, oh my God, am I going to have to climb these? Is that what we're doing next? What's going on? And like, I was like, he doesn't get that she's joking. And that's just so telling of their relationship.
But it was his face like throughout when like she was making that really underwhelming Italian dish, like the pasta.
Yeah.
You know how she was doing the one pan spaghetti dish.
Yeah.
One pan pasta dish. No joke. I was thinking the same as him. It was so like, it's so underwhelming. Like it's so like, is that it? But she was talking as if it was like the best thing she's ever made.
Yeah.
It was the most creative pasta dish ever invented.
Yeah.
And she chucked some pasta into a pan, some tomatoes, some basil on it, some garlic maybe. That was it. You know what I mean? And like it's nothing new. And he didn't look like but he had to pull a face like, "Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so nice. That's really creamy." Like I felt sorry for him.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's a tricky one because I can see where she was trying to cut corners in some places, right? That at one point she goes, "Well, I just bought this from the shop because who's got time to make one of these, right?" And that was her trying to be relatable. But like that was like her best grab at relatability. Yeah. It's like, you still fell short. Like that still doesn't really work. It's like,
yeah, but that's what people are saying though. You've taken these peanut snacks from one plastic bag to put it into another plastic bag. I get it. You're hosting and it's for your guests and things, but I don't know. It's just like it just feels really unnecessary.
Yeah, making work for herself.
That's what they're saying, like she's got too much time on her hands. If this is what she does, if this is genuinely what she does every time she has someone over, then she has too much time on her hands.
She has got too much time on, and it's not genuine. She don't do this.
Yeah.
She don't do this.
Like, I think the only thing that she genuinely can make she can really make without a recipe
Flower arrangements.
is making jam.
Yeah, jam.
And making things look pretty with the
petals.
flowers, with the dried flowers. I think she can make sun tea. Sun tea. Never heard of it in my life until then. But sun tea she can make. Put some flowers in some water and leave it to hang outside. But yeah, she's good at doing all these other bits. You know, to make her house warm and inviting with these bath salts and the candles, and she's very creative and she loves these little crafts and things, and that's all nice, but cooking really isn't her thing.
Yeah. So she's more of a crafter. She should have gone down like the Blue Peter route, a craft show.
But yeah, this is the whole lifestyle thing, isn't it? Like, this is a very American home lifestyle thing, and I can appreciate that because she, you know, you can tell that she enjoys doing it, so that's fair enough. But the cooking side, like, just maybe in season 2, if it's not been filmed yet, you know, take a bit of cooking out of it and spend more time
Crafting,
doing other things, like even the bees. I'll watch the bees. I'll watch you do the honey making stuff, then do the cooking.
Yeah, there were, like, talking about the bees. I've got to remember to ask who is the audience for this show. Remind me, because I'm going to forget that one.
Okay.
The bees. We've mentioned it, so I'm on the bees, right? She goes out to the bees and she's like, "Oh, we've had these bees for a few months, and I've really enjoyed taking care of them. It's really been enjoyable to watch and to get involved with these bees." And then she turns to the beekeeper and goes, "Well, actually, I haven't done any of this. You did it all." And I was just like...
At least she owned up to it.
She definitely owned up to it. But it's just like, you know...
That's what I mean. It takes away from the authenticity of the show. Like,
Yeah.
so you weren't... You don't know what you're doing with these bees at all, because she doesn't look like she did.
Yeah.
And then, like, the house is not, you know, it's rented, and then so the kitchen space is not yours, and then
Yeah.
so what is real?
What is real?
So
yes.
what is real? Because the people you're having on the show don't seem like you have a real connection.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? A lot like the chef that she was like in love with at the end.
That old lady.
Who annoyed the hell out of me. That was like the first time she'd met her.
First time she'd met her, yeah. But she was. But at the same time,
the two chefs she had on, I'm sure, first time meetings.
Yeah, it was first time meeting, and the first time she'd met that old lady, she was like saying stuff like, "You changed my life," or it was something like, "You conveyed that to me," and I was like, even though we haven't met, I was like, "Oh, what? Are you all right? What's going on? Let's get some flower petals." But I was also going to say, audience piece. Yes. So
we don't really know her out here in the UK, but I'm sure she's
that old
someone,
chef lady we're talking about here.
Yeah, I'm sure she's some famous chef, and apparently like a restaurateur kind of person.
Yeah.
In the States, so she's probably very famous over there, but we've no clue who she is here.
Yeah, and then there was the bee thing, right? And then of course she like never really switched the bees, but then there were dishes, and she's making a dish, and then she'd go, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna make this dish over here." And then she'd say, then she would actually own up, I suppose, catch herself on it, and she'd be like, "It's the first time I've actually made one of these, or I've actually made one of these only once before." And it's like, you know that she's done it literally in preparation for this episode. So I'm like, well, this is just like, even that's not authentic. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. It was just like, that was the theme of the show.
Which was your favourite episode? My favourite episode was the one with the Korean chef.
That was my favourite
one. The LA
one.
chef on, because that was some actual cooking, and the show mainly is a cooking show, even though, you know, it's a lifestyle thing. Mainly is cooking, and that episode was the one that did the most cooking and actually the most enjoyable to watch. Like, I actually enjoyed watching the recipe for the Korean fried chicken.
That was,
and she actually did some work.
That was my favourite for the reason of that chef seemed to be the only guest who wasn't swayed or pressured by her.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't really care who you are.
Yeah.
He's like some proper top dog in that area, like proper
Yeah.
known. So he was like, yeah, I'm not really bothered about you. I see famous people all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you're nothing in that sense. Like,
Yeah.
I know who you are. You're just from Suits, the end.
Mm.
And so he wasn't swayed. I loved that. And then, of course, he was actually getting her to do things in the kitchen, like, do this, now do that, now do this. And I could see her for a second. She was like, oh my God, like, what the...
Yeah, she actually had to do some work.
Yeah, she actually had to do
some
stuff.
cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she couldn't say anything to him because he's the guest. Like, what do we do? So, yeah, that was my favourite too. So, who's the audience for this show? What do you reckon?
To be honest, I think like even, you know, I think anyone who's interested in Meghan and Harry will watch the show, even if it's just for like 10 minutes. As boring as it was, people will watch it and then switch it off. But they are interested in what she's come out with.
No, I agree. That's who will watch it, but who's it aimed at? Now, it could be, for me, it's aimed at 3 possible groups, right? One is like the rich, if that's how they live. But like, I don't even know if that's relatable. Like,
No, the rich won't be watching.
Do you really do all of this and keep bees and work with them? I'm sure everything is just like hire people and just have fun, I suppose, I'm assuming, you know what I mean? So that's one. 2, it's like, in my opinion, it's like people who are like pretty poor. Like, for people to like look at that and be like, this is how a princess lives. Because I feel like that's what she's done here. It's not just a show about homemaking and stuff. It's kind of like, this is how a princess does homemaking. So she's there like lining paper. Everything's calligraphy, even little labels. You know what I mean? It's almost like Disney. This could be animated. Or if you just like snapshotted her life, like just like cut to it right now, she's like putting some jam away, which has just been labelled. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like proper princessy. And it's like, yeah, all you povos.
Know who her target is
It's
actually.
like all you povos can watch me and like just like love like this whole lifestyle of mine, which you'll never attain.
She's done it wrong then, because it's not relatable at all, and a lot of people, haven't enjoyed the show.
And then for me, the third audience is people who've just got too much time on their hands. They've got so much time on their hands that they can do all the things that she's doing at that pace as well.
To be honest with you, I think I could be wrong, but it's aimed at Americans more than Brits, this show, because it's a very American thing.
Yeah.
More than, like the Brits here, we don't really care about hosting and guests and lavish lifestyle gestures like making bath salts for them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's real, and I don't know one. It's been out for more than a month, I'm sure now. I don't know one person who has watched this Meghan show.
Yeah.
With Love Meghan, whereas in America, it's been received like negatively and positively, but it's been watched there a lot more.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's for women, middle-aged women, all backgrounds, poor, rich, in between. I think like she's trying to influence that, because she's also, she's selling stuff.
That's interesting. That's what you mentioned. Yeah.
So that's who I think she's aiming.
Okay. Yeah.
For.
That's an interesting demographic, and I think that makes sense with the show.
Like, a while ago, I'm sure she was like selling jams or something.
So this is what you mentioned. So basically, there's a lot of the stuff. Let's say a lot of the stuff in the show, maybe just the jams, I don't know, was on her website or something.
Yeah, she's. I think she said she's got a website.
There's definitely going to be flower petals on there, isn't there?
Well, she should be selling them. The way she was using them on that show.
Them
oh my
donuts.
God.
She destroyed them donuts.
She sprinkled it on everything. She sprinkled it on, but on sweet things, then fair enough. But I'm sure she sprinkled it on something savoury. And I'm like, I remember thinking, what?
Well,
That
I was
doesn't go.
like, if I found those on my donuts, I'd be infuriated. What have you done this for? Give me some tweezers right now.
Very strange.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we covered the audience on it.
Yeah.
There was that thing in it which we saw. There was just some comments which I had to look at. And one of them was like, her calling Harry H is like diminishing him. I can kind of see that a little bit.
Yeah, it's just really, don't know. I find it annoying and bizarre. The amount of times that she calls Harry like H, and then like saying my husband this, my husband that. Like everyone knows who your husband is.
Yeah.
You can just say the name.
Yeah. Meghan of Sussex. Or Meghan Sussex, not Meghan of Sussex. Meghan Sussex, isn't it?
Very, very weird.
Yeah. Well produced, and the music was a bit much in
Cheesy.
places. Very cheesy. Yeah.
But very her at the same time.
Fake. But yeah, very her. Yeah. Yeah, and there was a little bit of wrapping gifts, a little bit of making food.
Mindy annoyed the hell out of me.
I'm coming back to that. I'm so glad that Mindy got it.
So annoying.
Mindy got it when that thing happened, and it was all about like my name
like
is.
everything was like, oh my god, you made this? Oh no way! Oh my god, that's amazing! Like Meghan just literally brought out of the fridge like some, like 2 glasses of like yogurt, like desserts,
Oh,
yeah, parfait, whatever it is. It's like basically like yogurt with some fruit on it, yeah, and
Yeah.
decorated with probably a mint leaf.
And some flower petals.
Yeah, some flower petals. And she looked like she was about to faint. Like, oh my god! Like, shut the front door.
Yeah.
What on earth? What's this like acting?
Yeah.
What?
You know what? Honestly.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. That
Can't
name.
get over it.
That name assassination was proper designed for Mindy. Just think about it. Which other guest could she have done that with?
Yeah.
Not a single other one could she
Yeah.
have done that with. And she had to do it in the series.
Mindy's the most famous like celebrity. Yeah, you could argue out of all the episodes.
Oh, yes, that's
Guests,
right. Yeah.
right,
Yeah, I was wondering
guest-wise.
where that was going. So I'm like,
Guest wise, yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's the only celebrity, right?
Yes.
And but what was I gonna say? But yeah, but yes, she still had to like have one over her,
Yeah.
Meghan.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, she knows she can,
Yes.
because Mindy was such a
Zealous. Triple Z.
no, like
Suck up.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's that word I'm looking for? You know, when you can just walk over people.
Yeah.
You can just walk all over the proper doormat.
Yeah, and you could see
Oh
all the way
my
through because she
God.
was like there was signals everywhere. Like, oh, the jam had a number on it, so my number had this. What does that mean? Like, she was proper like, and then she was like, and then I was checking all their Instagram to see what other number everyone got.
Yeah, sad.
And I was like, what's going on
Like,
here?
yeah, like if that is true and not a joke, then you are sadder than like I thought you were.
And then even later on, when Meg Sussex gave Mindy some kind of like jar of something,
Yeah.
and Mindy went, "Is this?
Is it just me who's got
Is
it?
it just? Yeah, it's just me. Am I number one?"
And she's like, yeah, it's just you.
No. Then Megan was like, "Well, they're not really numbered, so like you're still trash. There's no number on these, so like, just."
She needs to get a life. And like, oh my god, desperate or what? She's that desperate for a friend, or she's that desperate to be friends with Meghan.
Yeah, Mindy is annoying.
She's always been annoying, but
She has.
that was extra annoying.
Yeah.
Like the level of fakeness, and they were trying to like come up with ideas. Their episode was all about making kid-friendly recipes and trying to for like planning kids' parties. but it was like so lame.
Yeah, it was. It was. You know what I found
Like
interesting?
from the fruit rainbow to both of them like sitting out there looking pretty in the having their tea party. It was just so like cringy. Like
Yeah,
I
it
don't want to
was.
use that word, but it's so cringy and almost awkward as well. Like in a sense, like you could kind of feel that these two don't have anything in common.
Yeah.
And the conversations were like so dry, so
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uninteresting.
Yeah, no, there was no
Like
history
there's
to it.
no genuine friendship like banters here. There's like you're not giggling about anything, you're not laughing. Like you've got nothing in common.
Yeah.
She literally had you on to have you on the show because
it-
she probably had a lot of rejections because nobody wants to probably be seen on this show
Yeah.
to
Hot,
be like, you know,
hot potato in it. I don't want to touch it.
no one really wants to be seen with you because they probably know that it's going to come with a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
I mean, why didn't like Gwyneth Paltrow come on?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And like, just on that, like, do you know when she was like pumping up those balloons? First, she was like blowing them up, and then she was like, "Oh, you know, guys, if you find this too hard, you can just get one of these pumps." And I was like, "Okay, she's gonna get one of those like, but just like pump it with your hands. You know what I mean? Like an air pump thing, right?" She pulls out an electric like air compressor
Yeah, yeah.
just for balloons, and I was like, "Wow, not even."
relatable.
Yeah, I was like, relatable. Not even just like a regular pump, which like everybody else has got or would get.
Yeah.
No, you want the electric one?
Yeah, it makes you think like you must be pumping out a lot of balloons to be having one. of them.
To buy an electric one.
She probably does.
Yeah, and then she had this device to like dehydrate stuff. Do you know she was making some dried thing? I forgot
Oh
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah. She's got a dehydrator thing.
So she's got like a
machine thing.
specific machine to like dehydrate and make dried food, right? And I was like, relatable.
Yeah. Well, we have a dehydrating function in our air fryer.
An air fryer is relatable. At least nowadays.
Yeah.
Did you see an air fryer in her kitchen? I mean, in the set?
No, of course.
No,
not.
I don't think I looked out for one either. But no, I didn't see one. But that kept coming up. Like it was like, it's just not relatable. And then she actually just handwrites a menu. And I was like, if most of us are going to try to make a really fancy menu, we'd use a computer and a printer.
Yeah, just print it off.
You've got
Job done.
You've got a dehydrate machine. Have you not got a printer? I'm sure H has got a printer. He'll use for you. But yeah. So you were saying season 2 is produced or
Yeah, it's
filmed?
been filmed, or has started filming at least. Yeah. I
Do-
wonder who she's going to have on that.
Yeah. Do you reckon it was a catch for Netflix, this one?
Say again.
Do you reckon this show was like a proper catch for Netflix?
Maybe, yeah.
Do you know what as well though? For me, that's kind of telling as well. The fact that it's on Netflix, I suppose it's just because it's the most popular one.
What? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's the most popular platform, that's why it's on there, I suppose.
And she's got a relationship with them from before anyway,
Oh,
from the previous Harry show.
okay. Okay, fair enough. What were you saying with them scores on IMDb and that?
Oh yeah.
Got the IMDb scores here, guys, for you. We got the scoop of jam with flower petals on it.
Out of 10.
Oh, Michael.
So on IMDb, 3.2 out of 10.
3.2 out of 10. Mm-hmm. That's wild.
What does it say? I wanted to like this.
She needs to pay IMDb fast.
Oh, what does it say? I love cooking shows and getting ideas, and while there are some recipes here that are interesting, it doesn't feel real. I know others have said this, but it's the truth. It feels so staged. but not staged for the cooking, staged to make Meghan look like an amazing, kind person.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I watched several episodes and I kept falling asleep on it. Lol. If you're a huge fan of hers, it's light entertainment. If you're not a fan of hers, you won't enjoy it at all. If you're on the fence, it's mindless, won't hurt you to watch it, won't hurt you to miss it. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
The amount of times we fell asleep.
Yeah. Do you know what? It was hard to get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, even being interested in like the royals and looking into that lifestyle and all that kind of stuff,
But
it
it's-
was hard to watch.
Yeah. If you think it's going to be like, you know, the Real Housewives of whatever franchise, New York, Beverly Hills, it's nothing like that. She doesn't show you anything personal, private, really. You get a glimpse of her mom and Harry at the end episode, where she has like some kind of brunch party to celebrate her new business. And that's about as private as it gets. And I'm not saying like she should have shown like, you know, her life, her children, her kids, her husband and all that. But it would have been nice to actually get to know her like in her own private setting, even if it was just her driving in a car to do some errands. Or like go to like her favourite cafe and sit in a cafe and this is what I'd order, this is what I'd eat, this is where I go, this is where I do my shopping, and then come back and then host something. There's no like personal touch. It was all very fakey, and yes, not authentic, not fun to watch.
I know, as you mentioned there, that like she doesn't have to show that life or whatever, yeah?
Yeah.
Or whatever, right? She doesn't have to acting, that kind of direction. But I think she does have to. And what I mean by that is, in terms of PR, her image isn't great. And that's quite widely known.
Yeah.
Her image is not great. In fact, it's bad. And again, that's the majority opinion. So this, in my opinion, should have been something to counteract that.
Yeah.
But then there's the argument, what do? Do you lean into it? Do you actually try to work against it? Or do you just not bother and just do your thing anyway? And I feel like that's what they've gone for. Just, forget it, just going to do my own thing. And I think somebody had said that, like, well, she's damned if she does and damned if she doesn't. So what if she did, like, show all of this lifestyle? People would still have hated her, etc., etc. Where I stand on that is, yeah, but she didn't, did she? So they say, if she did show her entire lifestyle, people still would have hated her. I'm like, yeah, but she didn't show her lifestyle, did she? So really, we'll not know. And I reckon, at least you and me, if she did show her realness, we'd have been like, you know what, she's actually all right. She's okay. Like, okay, she's done stuff before. She's tried to fight for the limelight before. But do you know what? She's all right. I think that we're open-minded enough.
I think she just has to accept that she's not likable and
Yeah.
not everyone's going to like her.
Yeah.
So I think she's just going to do what she wants to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
If that means, you know, exec produce a Netflix show and just show bits in her life that she wants to show, then that'll be what it is. Because, if you're not likable, you're not likable. Like the audience, you know, you can't fool audience. If they can see you as a narc, you're a narc.
Yeah. Yeah.
If so many people have said it, and if it's true, it's true. You can't help it. She's not going to change herself. She can't change herself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's it. But I think that we still come back to it, and I'll still come back to it. It was a missed opportunity. Could have been done better. I feel like there are issues, in my opinion, with production, because I know that they were trying to like do damage control and fix things and add certain comments into the show here and there, almost in like post-production. But in my opinion, it's not enough. Like, maybe they should have gone to more focus groups and tested it and said, like, is she likable in this? If we show her this series?
Like, if she did care about how people thought about her, she would have, she would have taken on other, the professionals' opinions and their suggestions, saying, you're coming across like you're not asking your guests many questions. It's all you. Everything's me.
Yeah.
So maybe ask a few questions here and there.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. What do you think? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like,
and it
there's
was
something
very
missing.
like, you're coming across like you're fishing for compliments a bit too much.
Yeah.
Look what I did before you
yeah.
came.
Yeah.
This morning I woke up and the first thing I did was make these donuts just for you.
Yeah. So you better enjoy them and compliment them right now. And there was a bit too much basking in the compliments too.
Yeah.
Like, when a compliment was given, it wasn't taken, in my opinion, like, humbly.
Yeah.
I remember
Like us
mentioning that.
Brits, when someone, praises at what we're wearing for our outfit, compliments my outfit, for example, we just say, like us Brits, we just say, oh, thank you.
Thanks.
We may add a line. We may add a line like, oh, thank you. It's really old. It's old Zara.
Yeah.
It's like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Like that's humbling, yeah?
Yeah.
But she really basks in her compliments, and she takes like a good few minutes, doesn't she, to move on.
Yeah.
From it.
Yeah. Like, she'll take the compliment and then double down on it. Like, it'll be like, oh, look, I made these donuts for you just this morning. And then they'll be like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then she'll carry on like, yeah, and I made it all from scratch. And I made that on there. And then flower petals, I grew them flowers. But it's like, you've already got the compliment. Like, you don't do that where you then add extra on top. Because after that part's been said, the person's not then going to compliment you again or thank you again, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The compliment's done at that point. You're not going to get another. It just gets awkward. Because even the guest was noticing that, like, okay, she hasn't taken that humbly, really. Awkward. Strange.
Yeah.
But I remember
I've
noticing
noticed
that. Yeah, didn't it?
The compliment thing was, really strange.
It was all over the show as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's where the princess side comes out. Like when Mindy was complimenting on her like outfit. Oh, I always look forward to seeing what you wear.
Yeah.
As she's like spinning around where the fridge was and bringing her parfaits out. Oh, me? Really? Oh, God.
So yeah, I think they should just change the entire production company, even though it was made by their own production company, Archwell. Did you notice it?
Yeah.
Archwell
How
was
could you not?
everywhere in it. But yeah, they need to revamp the entire thing because there are clearly issues in production here. This, for me, just shouts out yes men and yes women. That's what makes this kind of show. That's where you get something where the boss looks bad because of yes people. And generally, that can stem from a toxic work environment where it's not safe for them to actually be honest and give honest criticisms. Which is what people say about Meg. They say things like she's
Hard to work with.
wild.
Yeah. And if something's wrong, then it's not her fault. It's not her problem.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to
Heard
know about
that.
it too.
Yeah.
So that's us on this programme. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Looking forward to season 2?
Not really.
Can't wait for it. I want to see what changes they make. There should have been some situations where, like, something goes wrong and they actually handle it. I think the worst thing that went wrong was, like, them dumplings that they flipped over and, like, it was just, like, didn't go on the plate or something. There was something about them dumplings, wasn't there? Like...
Well, it was like a trial and error job, wasn't it? It was like the first time they were both making it.
That's mad.
Well, the friend was teaching her, but it was like the friend's first time making it too. So, a bit strange. It's not really a recipe that you're gonna go and try with your friend next week.
Yeah. Yeah, weird. But yeah, anyway, that's basically us. I think everybody that went on that show was either staff, paid for, or was some kind of like self-promotion going on there,
Yeah,
basically.
some kind of benefits.
Yeah.
I feel like
Apart from Mindy. I think Mindy just got like proper
Mindy.
done over.
Mindy's just desperate anyway. She'd come on. She'd fly all the way.
She just, yeah, I mean, she just wants screen time. I'm sure we could hire Mindy here. We could get Mindy if we wanted to.
She got on my nerves the most.
But she,
Followed by that chef who sounds like she's gonna.
oh, that chef.
She needs an inhaler.
The
or
old lady chef.
something.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I'm actually really. I think the one thing that made Meghan likable to me is the fact that she gave Mindy a social beating. That was actually really nice. I like that because I'm not a Mindy fan. Can you guess?
I'm not a fan of theirs. Both of them.
So that was nice because it was both of them, wasn't it? It was both of them in like some like mad crossfire.
It'd be nice if Mindy just like give it back.
She could never.
Give her attitude back. No, she
Mindy
would never.
could never.
No, she's got no balls.
No. Mindy would go.
She needs every collectible friend she can. That girl.
Yeah. Proper. Right, so we'll leave it there. Yeah. Okay, guys, take it easy and thanks for watching.